Pat, it's a new era for the Bills, huh? We got Bryan Cox playing for us now.
Bro, it was so funny, man. When I saw that come across my Twitter feed, like 10-year-old me got so very angry. Like, I totally forgot about Bryan Cox as a human being. And as soon as I saw that name again, I'm not angry that the Bills signed him. Just seeing that name over again, like all of the emotions that I hated about Bryan Cox and the fist fight with Carwell Gardner in the tunnel and the incident that happened at Ralph Wilson's, well, at the time, Rich Stadium. I hate Bryan Cox. I've always hated Bryan Cox. And just the mention of his name gets my blood boiling.
But it's his son. What I mean, this kid comes in and plays well for you. What are you gonna do?
I'm not upset they signed him. I just find it interesting that Bryan Cox, being a Dolphin, doing what he did, made such an impression on me as a child. Just seeing that name, I was like, I hate him so much.
I think I know what they get Duffy for Father's Day. It's a Bryan Cox Bills jersey.
Hey, Tariq, we don't seem to have rivalries like this anymore, Tariq. I mean, that old Miami Dolphins thing that was so important that Ralph Wilson went to the wall for it to keep Miami in the AFC East so that it would always be playing. And you know, Bryan Cox brings it to mind, and also the passing of Don Shula, who, of course, you know, him and Marv Levy went at it during all those great Buffalo Bills years. But you kind of miss that, don't we?
I do. I missed those days where it was basically, you know, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Bills, the Jets. I mean, it was really a hatred, and it kind of got destroyed by the Patriots. The Patriots just beat everybody, and all those rivalries died away, and all of those legends and legendary games go away. It's interesting when I was looking at Don Shula and his unfortunate passing. The first thing I thought about was the Spike game. That's the first thing I thought about with him and Marino. But I'm a Giants fan, and yet I could feel the intensity of that rivalry. I could feel the intensity of a Dolphins-Bills game. You know, those are the things that really draw. I don't watch Duke, North Carolina, for the fact that it's Duke. It's the fact that there's a bitter rivalry that's going on that draws me in. That makes me watch two teams I would have never watched before.
Pat, why isn't the Patriots-Bills thing the same that Miami-Buffalo used to be?
Well, I think part of it is the growing of the game in the NFL at the time. Like, it was coming on the scene. This was all brand new. You had a legend in Don Shula who was slowly losing his cachet, and it was the Bills that were taking it away from him. The Bills had been just destroyed by the Dolphins the entire 1980s, right, Bill? They didn't win a game for 10 years against the Miami Dolphins. Like, to Tariq's point, the Patriots came in and started beating the you-know-what at everybody. I get the feeling now that Brady's gone and Belichick, who will be 69 when this season starts, that's going to change things. And maybe the rivalries in the AFC East with your Sam Darnolds, with your Tua Tagovailoas, with your Josh Allens, you got three young guys, lots of talent on all the teams. We could be seeing a resurgence of what we saw in the late 80s to mid-90s in the AFC East.
You know, Tariq, just as he mentions that, I almost can feel a chill coming on, and that we're on the verge of, I think, a great era for the AFC East.
Well, think about all these quarterbacks that are so young in their development in the AFC East, and the fact that the Patriots, who have now lost their veteran legend quarterback, have to rebuild and all of that. And can they possibly get a quarterback next year? There seems to be this sort of theory that they want a Lawrence. So we'll wait and see what happens. It'll be fun to see and get it all duking out. Last big rivalry I think Buffalo had with New England is when I think Rex Ryan was in it, and there was all this talk about how we're going to beat him, how we're going to beat him, how we're going to beat him. They need that back again.
Hey, because I know you love to talk about the New York Giants. The only thing geographically I could think of that compared to the Buffalo-Miami rivalry and that they went out of their way for it was putting Dallas in with the Giants, the Eagles, and the Redskins. You had to do that, right?
Oh, it was great. I mean, Thanksgiving Day, if it was Cowboys, Redskins, I was watching. If it was Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, you're watching. It was just two teams that would just beat each other up no matter what the scenario is, only to have maybe one team make it into the playoffs after the whole season is done. Oh, I miss those days. I hope to see them back.
Yeah, those the Steelers division with the Browns, the Bengals, the Ravens, really great. I think the AFC East can become that again.